Pick 'em pie, big gun Brian Petrie, giving out the lot. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Gonna take a shot, dog lock. That's the underdog, yeah, they in the hunt. Send them home, that's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done. Slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known. Pick 'em pie from MMA tapes, yeah, let's get it going.
Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's go. I know we're competing with the NFL. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers and Sao Paulo, Brazil. We're going to keep it short. We're going to keep it sweet. We're going to give you the picks. We're going to give you the meat. We're going to give you everything. I got the slime ball locked up. I got the green hammer hammered away. I got 4 locks for you. I got 2 send-ems because I played both because it's a gorgeous number. What's up with the what's up? It's been a little bit, right? Last week we were off. Week before that, your boy didn't put out a podcast. I just put out the card because life got busy and I really mismanaged my week. And what are you going to do? Week before that, I was with old Ed Lagoria. So I was going to do a tape record at 1 this week. I was all set up to do it Tuesday. I had plenty of time. I go, you know what? Let's go live this week, right? Let's go live. I love the chat. I love the interaction. There's already people here. Trend Daddy's here, baby. Tanner Jones, Lazy Bed, excuse me. Fuck the Eagles, fuck the Packers. Who Day, baby, is right. The Bengals weekend. We got all the juice. All the juice. This card, listen, is it the greatest card in the world? No. Have we lost a few fights? Yes. Did 2 fighters miss weight today? Yes. But we didn't have a fight last week. Next week's Noche. I know Noche, a lot of people are disappointed. Listen, I tried to get tickets to Noche. I had the pre-sale code and everything, whatever. It was $2,000 plus flight, plus hotel, plus food. I'm like, that's a $5,000 weekend, right? But I do think the Noche card, the Sphere, is going to be unbelievable. I really do. If you're in the building that day, regardless of fight card or not, it's going to be a once in a lifetime situation. I'm pumped up for it. Yeah, so we'll get to the meat and potatoes. We'll get to the fight card. We won't bullshit too much of the bullshit. My poster fell down, if you guys saw that. Goddamn Gorilla Glue spray. Just don't work. Don't work. Gotta get that fixed. But I'm doing good, doing great. Started doing real quick. Now your boy's got to talk a little bit about it, a little bit. Your boy's not getting any younger, 30 years old. Do intermittent fasting. The craze, right? Cut out soda for real this time. And doing intermittent fasting. So I fast for 16 hours and eat for 8. Obviously, I don't eat whatever I want. We're down 8 pounds, okay? Doing it for a week. We're feeling good. We're feeling energized. I feel like a young man in there. I turned 38 month ago, and I lost a step, okay? I feel like I lost a step. So we're getting back to it. And yeah, so intermittent fasting, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I've been rocking with it. All right, here we go. Speaking about not too bad, first fight of the night, Zigomontas, Ramaska, excuse me, plus 110 versus old Nathan Fletcher, old Nate Fletch, England versus Eastern European. Listen, full-time casual hat right now. I did not watch. I watched the first episode of The Ultimate Fighter. I did not watch it. I think they ruined it. They ruined it by, instead of it being a reality show, instead of about being fighters' personalities come out, it's all these stories when the fighter fights that week of, my kid was born with 6 fingers and I gotta get surgery. It's just too much. It's too sappy. Like, I like the Chris Lieben pissing in beds saying I could go in the cage smelling like booze and dirty strippers and still whip you. Like, I like that. They really ruined it. They took the reality out of it. I just can't get behind it. Both these guys were on the show. I've looked up a tape on what I could find on both guys. Ziggy Mosca, which is a great fucking name. Striker Nate Fletcher likes to get the fight to the ground. Both pretty good records. Ziggy Mosca 5'11" against Nate Fletcher's 5'7". Unless Nate Fletcher has like a dog wrestling game, which I doubt he does. I like Ramaska here at the plus money, plus 110. It's a bet I've already made. I picked this when they were supposed to fight, when one of these guys got sick a couple weeks ago. I picked Ramaska, sticking with Ramaska. Striker versus grappler. I like his range. I like his length. And again, unless Nate Fletcher is like a dog wrestler that I don't know about, I think he might get pieced up on the feet. We're looking maybe at a decision or KO by Ramaska. But if I'm being completely honest with you, if I'm being completely casual, I didn't watch either of these guys in the season. Don't know their personalities. Again, I did tape study a little bit, but yeah, give me Ramaska. We're starting the night off with the dog. Starting the night with the dog. Yeah, Tanner Jones says it was mid. Not great to be honest. Some tough fighters though. So he's talking about the Ultimate Fighter. It was mid. Yeah, it's just I feel like they're doing disservice to the fighters because there's probably fighters that have really good personalities that are funny, and yet it's like, oh, let's just showcase all the sad stuff in your life because I guess that gravitates towards people. I get it, but it's like, let me laugh a little bit. Let me have somebody out there. Brian Campbell taught me always pick Lithuanian. Go Ramaska. There you go. BC knows what he's talking about. All right, so I'm Ramaska, dog pick. First, next fight, Andre Petroski, minus 278. This line's probably gone out because Dylan Budka, plus 225, looked absolutely horrible at the weigh-ins. They're letting him fight, though. Homeboy was shaking on the stage, couldn't sit still. He's swaying back. I've done that sway before, but it was when I was absolutely drunk in front of a cop, just trying not to fucking fall down, right? Big weight miss. Listen, weight misses in the UFC, typically the guy that misses weight, that doesn't cut the extra pounds, they tend to win sometimes. They're not making that sacrifice. And Petroski has had some really bad performances. He's also had some really questionable cardio, but he's very tough in the one area, and that's when he gets you down and gets you on top. And Buck is a grappler himself, who fancies himself as a grappler with some good cardio. He's faded as well. The weight miss scares me. I was on Petroski anyway, but now I'm taking Petroski with the send him home.
Send him home.
Give me some help, J.A. J.A. help me out with that. Send him home, Petroski, by submission. This is a bet. What's a bet, boys? This is a bet that's already placed. I think it's plus 275. Let me pull it up. Sorry, it should have been pulled up already. Petroski by submission plus 300, even better. I like that. I like he's going to get on top. I think he's going to get an arm triangle. I think he's a Smith Bucka. I think Bucka body. If it can bounce back 24 hours, congrats on you. But after that was like second and third round, you're going to be feeling that weight cut, and you're going to get that squeeze. Because again, Petroski, I think, is a little soft at times, especially on the stand-up. Vince NC says he got knocked out by a hip bone. 100% true. You get knocked out by a hip bone, brother, you might need to find a different line of work. But I think he gets on top of Bucka. I think he submits him. I think I'm cashing that plus 300. I think I'm going to the window because Trinidad had plus 300 right there on the screen for you boys. I think we're good. I think we're good with that plus 300. So that's send him home one.
Send him home early.
Send him home early. Andre Petroski. If you want to get fancy, second round submission. Pick second round. I'll probably throw a couple shekels on that one. Second round submission. What we got? T-Man says, Big on, where you been? Had a shit week. Let's get these picks. Let's get these picks, T-Man. Sorry. Yeah, I explained at the beginning of the show that week that I should have did picks where I just released a card. I let things just get away from me time-wise. Being a father, I had a busy week at work and yada, yada, all the other bullshit. It just ran out. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't find time to do it, but everything's going really well. Ever since I got my ear fixed, man, I've been like a new man. I'm feeling great, feeling energized, excited to do the show. And I'm glad I'm doing it live. All right, next up, we got Jacqueline Amorim, minus 310 versus, I cannot pronounce this girl's name, Heidi Dean, the sweet, beautiful Heidi Dean, who works at the UFC. She's a production manager. Awesome. Met her a handful of times. She's amazing. Sends me the files when she listens to the show. Sends me the files when I butcher. And she has sent me Vanessa Demopoulos. I can't say her fucking name about 100 goddamn times, and I still can't say Demopoulos. Oh, there you go. That should be easy. Trent has the phonetics on the screen. Demopoulos. Why can I not say that? I come from Cincinnati, where every restaurant on every corner is fucking Greek, bro. Like, I need to fucking learn this. Demopoulos. Anyway, I'm going Jacqueline here. I almost took a shot on Vanessa because she wins a lot in these spots. She gets these decisions, bro. She's scrappy in there. She's been around, and Jacqueline, I think is a little high here. This isn't going to be a slime bar slime ball piece. This isn't going to be anything I'm really running to the window. I think Jacqueline probably squeezes out a decision. Don't think she can finish Vanessa, but I wouldn't be surprised if Vanessa gets a greasy split decision here. I mean, if you're looking for dogs, right? If you're looking at this board, you're like, man, I really don't like these dogs in this card. There's not a bad shot if you want to go Vanessa by decision to even increase your money line, or just take her straight out at plus 250. That's a decent line for you there. Shane Buck is an Ohio boy, makes us look bad. Damn, Buck is an Ohio boy. Son of a bitch. But same hit, plus 232 pick parlay and dogs, and Trent and Tatum, two short motherfuckers, hit on Dana White's Contender Series. I was going to do a thing, and again, this is just me kind of maybe being lazy. I was going to do a little and just put it on Twitter or Instagram, not YouTube, like a little video package, because I watch the Contender Series every Tuesday. I don't tweet a lot about it. I love that Austin Bashy kid. The girl who one punch knocked out the Canadian Clark this past week. I thought the fights were great this past weekend, this past Tuesday. I don't tweet enough about it, and I do no research, and I don't gamble on them. So I was going to do like a silly no research card and just like do a simple casual breakdown that Christian does. Oh, shots fired at Christian. But I have yet to do that. But yeah, no, Contender Series is fire. All right, next up, Gabriel Santos, minus 265 versus Yizha. Plus 215 of Yizha here. I don't know a ton about Yizha, if I'm being completely honest with you. Gabriel Santos, listen, this guy came in the UFC and impressed me against Lerone Murphy. You know, that was a close fight against Lerone Murphy, who's a dog in there. He landed 5 takedowns. He was hanging tough on the feet, and then everyone kind of was like, dude, this dude's a real deal. He took on Lerone Murphy's UFC debut. Well, like, the sky's the limit. And I felt like he kind of ate into that. He bought into that a little bit, because then he gets David Onama, who's a fantastic fighter. Don't get me wrong. Big, thick kid for 145, can put your lights out. And that's what he did over Santos. Santos is 0-2. He's a very good fighter to be 0-2. I think he needs to come back to reality a little bit here and be like, okay, I'm not a UFC level fighter yet, but I need to get there. And you got Yizha, who's only fought Asian fighters. He's never fought anybody outside of Asia in the UFC. I mean, he's fought he's fought in the United States, right? He fought Jung Young Lee in the at Lewis versus Spivak, but I'm saying all his fights has been against Asian competition. I think now he's getting a dose of a little bit of Brazilian. Yizha has a good arm bar, has a good submission game, stand up a little weak, has some good experience considering his age and whatnot at 25-4. But I like Santos here, man. I think Santos is prime for a win. I think he might be, if you want to look at all the fighters currently 0-2 in the UFC, he might be one of the best ones, at least the top 5. I do think he has talent. So I'm going to go Gabe Silva here, Gabe Santos. I'm going Gabe Santos, and it's a thin card. It was tough for me to find the fucking slimies on this. Tough card, but I'm sliming up Gabe Santos. I'm sliming up minus 278. The bet's been placed. The cash is in the barn. Just ready to pay out, baby. People say that, right? That's an expression. The cash is in the barn. I guarantee it. Someone said it yesterday. This guy in the chat said it. Guarantee it. Give me Gabe Santos. Let's go. Another Brazilian. 2 Brazilians. Andrade Lima, minus 170 versus Felipe Santos, plus 142. Felipe Santos looked so good against Manel Kopp. And right, he was piecing Manel Kopp up. I'm like, dude, this Felipe Santos kid is fucking good. Then he gets a fight against Victor Altamirano, and he looked average. He got outstruck. He got taken down 9 times. Somehow won a split decision. Got gifted there. But I'm like, where's the dude who pieced up Manel Kopp? Where's this fucking savage, right? And you got Andre Lima. Listen, there's a current rule, I guess a rule, but something a lot of gamblers follow. If you have a signature hat, Shavkat, the Khabibs, the Usmans, anybody in the Khabibs camp wears that hat. Merab, Shavkat wears the wolf. Brendan Allen, who's on a run right now, he has like a hat that he wears. Andre Lima's got a pretty dope fucking hat that he wears, right? He's 3-0 in the UFC. He was famously bitten by Igor Severino and got DQ'd his last time out. He looked pretty good against Mitch Rapuzzo. I thought he won the fight cleanly. It was a split decision win by him, but I thought he won cleanly. Mitch Raposo, did not decide to wrestle in that fight. But I think Lima is a dangerous guy. He's calculated. I want to see a finish. And he's got a really cool fucking hat. And the fact that Felipe Dos Santos got taken down 9 times by Victor Altamirano. Altamirano's a wild boy in there, right? He fights like Ricky Tercios a little bit, just goes after it, doesn't get tired. Will take you down 20 times. They'll let you get up 20 times so he can take you down again. The guy's a wildcat, right? But he doesn't have the best technique or anything. And if he's taken Dos Santos down 9 fucking times, surely Lima can take him down. And he outstruck Dos Santos. I think Santos was drinking a little bit of that Twitter love and a little bit of the, did you see him against Manel Kopp? Because Manel Kopp's so good that he forgot that he actually had to show up and fight. I like Andre Lima here. I like him by decision. I don't think he'll get a finish, even though I want him to get a finish. I don't think he'll get a finish. Lazy Best said the hay is in the barn. The hay is in the barn. That is expression, but I switched it to the catchers in the barn, right? That's the way expressions work. Joshua says Santos, cool hats undefeated in 24, Lazy Bed. Cool hats are undefeated. I need to get a cool hat. I have a very big head and a very fat face. Good head of hair. So I don't wear many hats. On the flip side, the only hat I loved was my pay-per-view hat that I used to wear when I did the pay-per-views on Annika Florian, my money hat, and it ripped. And my wife said she can sell it, but she has not. So this is like the only hat I felt like looked good on me. But I need to get like a cool hat. Like every time I go to the beach or every time I've been on vacation, I'm like, you know what? Vacation Brian likes hats. But I've never been able to find one. I've just never been able to. I don't know. It's my head, I guess. Andre Lima to win by decision plus 110. Not as juicy as I thought. Plus 110, I guess. Other people are on top of it. All right, we're going to cruise really quick through this fight. Isaac Dolgarian, minus 240, minus 2,400, excuse me. And I think he's gone up versus Brandon Moradi, plus 1,200. Trent will give us an updated line here in a minute. Moradi debuted against Terrence McKinney, got blitzed out in 20 seconds. His outside the UFC career isn't great record-wise. He's getting Dolgarian, who is 6-1 or 8-1. I think he might be the biggest favorite in the UFC history. I think that's what I read on Twitter. Don't believe everything you read on Twitter, but that's what I read. Man, I'm obviously taking Isaac Dolgarian. If you want to, I don't think Isaac Dolgarian is all that good. What Vegas is saying is Moradi's that bad. And he might be, right? He might actually be. Getting knocked out 20 seconds against Terrence McKinney really isn't that big of a deal if we're being fucking honest with each other. Terrence McKinney either wins early or he loses in the second round or end of the first round. That's kind of what happens with him. He's a really go bust guy. But his outside the UFC stuff, and he doesn't have that big of a record, surprises in the UFC. Either way, I'm taking Isaac Dolgarian. I'm not touching this fight. I was going to go in and be a little cheapskate and hit a send him home and get Dolgarian by TKO submission or whatever the fuck. I'm not touching that, dude. That's too chalky for my blood. Isaac Dolgarian, the biggest favorite in UFC history is kind of crazy to me. Leland, get the bear spray. Dog the Bounty Hunter. He's the best. My favorite Dog the Bounty Hunter line, and I use it with my kids. So if my kids are like hiding from me or wherever the fuck, I'm always like, hey, I see you. You might as well come out, even if I don't see him. Because Dog was hunting for a chick, and he's like in these trees or like behind the apartment. And he goes, hey, Darla. Hey, Darla, I see you. You might as well come out. Put your hands up. That was like his little trick. He looked at the camera and was like, yeah, that sometimes gets him. Dog the Bounty Hunter has taught me more in my life than anybody. I tell you what, the guy is something else. Give me Isaac Dolgarian. We're moving on. Fight's trash. All right, next up, we got Rongzhu. This was a pronunciation on the Anakin Florian this weekend. Man, my dumb Midwest mouth cannot pronounce this guy's name right. It's Rongzhu. It is crazy how he says it. Doesn't know how he says it. Give me Rongzhu versus Chris Padilla. Rongzhu minus 245. Chris Padilla plus 200. Chris Padilla surprised a little bit in his UFC debut against James Lontop, who we find out is kind of fraud. He's got the fraud stamped on him. Line's going up a little bit. Rongzhu's now minus 250. Padilla plus 205. Thank you, Trin. Padilla just seems like a guy who just kind of doesn't care. He's got a weird record, but his record's against really solid dudes, like the losses and some of the wins as well. He's been in there on the regional scene a lot of the times. It's, I'm going to fight this guy so I can have an undefeated record, go in the UFC with a shiny 8-0, 10-0 record. This Padilla guy was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to go in and fight anybody. You know, he's from the West Coast. There's a lot of talent out there in the West, whether it be Vegas, Arizona, California, etc. And he looked good. He looked calm against Lontop, and he's a huge underdog. And I like him here against Rongzhu. Rongzhu can put you out quick, but I feel like a lot of fights at 24, 25 years old, he's developed some bad habits. He could easily come out and knock out Padilla. He looked a little bit bigger than Padilla at the weigh-ins. But I like Padilla's ground game. Rongzhu has a lot of submissions on his record, but his record, again, it's one of those really long Asian records where it's like, what is the talent level that you're fighting in? Like, you didn't fight any of the big promotions. China is just now on the cusp of really bringing out some really good talent. He was kind of before that. He's been fighting very young. He had to run the UFC, got cut. Now he did the road to the UFC. Now he's back. I can see him winning here, but minus 250, I cannot get there on Rongzhu. So I'm taking Chris Padilla, a little underdog flair here, man. You know, that's what I'm taking. I'm taking Chris Padilla. You can't talk me out of it. The chat, you got the wrong Jew. We had a little fun on the Aiken Flowing with that. What's up, big dog? What's up, JR? Yeah, you know, Ashmouz might be the right Jew. He is the right Jew. You know, Ashmouz is the right Jew, which is the next fight. Nice segue. You know, Ashmouz plus 105 versus Trevor goddamn Peak, baby. This guy, Trevor Peak. Let me get something real quick. Because you know I bring props, and I found it under my children's bed. I had to wrestle him for 45 minutes to get it, but we got the Green Hammer back, and this is the Green Hammer fight, baby. This is the Green fucking Hammer fight, and it's the slime ball fight. Oh, boy. I'll get to that in a second. You see the handle there. Trevor Peak, minus 125. Ashmouz. You know, Ashmouz, plus 105. Give me Trevor Peak. Give me all of Trevor Peak, baby. This dude is a wild man. Ashmouz has knockout power. If he knocks out Trevor Peak, he'll do it probably early. He'll catch him early because Trevor Peak isn't known for his defense. He's known for his fucking goatee. He ain't known for his defense, boys. But I like Trevor Peak here. I'm sliming him up. Slime ball parlay. Candidate number 2, Trevor Peak. It's going to a decision. I'm throwing a lot at you right here. So, recap. Trevor Peak, the man with the goatee, minus 125 is in the slime ball parlay. He's also the Green Hammer. Trevor Peak to win by decision, plus 200 currently on DraftKings.com, DraftKingsSportsbook.com. Who goes to the website? Download it on your fucking phone. Green Hammer time. Green Hammer time. I lost my train of thought completely, but I'm going to smash fucking things here, baby. I just have a vision of this fight. Trevor Peak is going to create so much goddamn chaos that he is going to tire out Ashmouz if he doesn't get knocked out in the first round, and he's going to win a decision. He's going to win the second round. He's going to win the third round. This dude is a wild boy, standing back fist. He is trying to get better. I see his Instagram. He's trying to train. He's cross-training a little bit, but this boy's from Tennessee. And here's the 3 things I know about Trevor Peak, right? He cuts his own hair. He was born with his goatee, and he likes his coffee like he likes his women. Big ass tits. All right. That's Trevor Peak in a nutshell, baby. And he's winning this weekend by decision right there. Trent's got it on the screen. 200. That's the Green Hammer. That's the slime ball parlay. Trevor Peak is our man. All right. Next up, Matt Schnell plus 240 versus Cody Durden minus 298. This is a last minute replacement. Cody Durden was like, hey, I'm on weight. I'll hop on a flight, fly me out. And we're going to do this thing. William Robbins says, my kind of coffee. My kind of coffee too, bub. My kind of coffee. Cody Durden, listen, Cody Durden's a scrappy dude. He's very confident. He's working really well with his hands. His hands are getting better. His submission defense is getting better. Everyone's off Matt Schnell. I actually picked Matt Schnell to win against Alessandro Costa. Schnelly boy he has cashed 5 times as an underdog in the UFC. Yes, he's been absolutely slept his last time out. His chin is gone. It's gone. Cody Durden is working on his hands, but he is primarily a grappler. Matt Schnell is really good off his back. He's really good in jiu-jitsu type scrambles. Cody Durden's more of a wrestler. Matt Schnell is more of a jiu-jitsu player. On the feet, I think Schnell has a little bit of advantage, but again, Cody goes for it. He's not afraid to exchange, even with his lack of ability on the feet. He's not afraid to exchange. He's a tough kid. It's going to be a scrappy fight, but I'm taking Schnell at plus 235. And I told you I had two send him homes. Another send him home.
Send him home early.
This bet's already been placed too. It's Matt Danger Schnell. Old MTV Cage, baby. By submission. Plus 750. Plus 750. Cody Durden has been submitted before. He's taken on short notice. He's getting a guy who's wounded, who's been knocked out twice, slept bad. A ranked guy. And he's coming in confident, right? He took the fight on a week's notice. Clearly, he's confident. Made the weight like a pro. But you got to be careful with this dude on the ground. He's got submissions. He's got a great triangle off his back. He's got good chokes. And at plus 750, whoo, I did not think it'd be the high of a number. That's why we're getting two send him homes. That's why you heard John Anik twice. Because that number is really high for a guy everyone's writing off. And I like Cody Durden. I think Cody Durden can dominate this fight, possibly. I could be wrong, right? He could go out there and knock Schnell out. He could go out there, hit the ground with Schnell and dominate. I wouldn't be surprised. But when you're giving me that fucking number, whoop, forget it. I'm playing it all day. 7-1, almost 8-1. Yeah. A gingerly falling autumn leaf could clip down. Gotta say, I don't love it. I get that. Hey, be love from Ireland first time. Oh, Ireland. Jake McDonald. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Ireland is one of the love the comp. Thank you, Wilford Lambert. Ireland's one of the places. I don't want to travel much. I'm not a traveler, but Ireland is a place I would love to go to. Sounds amazing. But yeah, give me Matt Schnell. I know there's gonna be doubt. If the line wasn't by submission plus 750, I wouldn't even be talking about it. But man, I don't know. I love it. Cody Durden's a legit dude, though. All right, we move on. Kyle Nelson, who missed weight as well, plus 154 versus Mean Machine Steve Garcia. Minus 185. Trent will give me an update line, see if the lines move since Nelson missed weight. Nelson 3-4 in a row. Scrappy dude, awkward dude to fight. Not the cleanest guy in there, but he gets it done. You know what I mean? He finds a way to get it done. He's coming off a knockout win over Bill Algeo, which I know Algeo's getting a little bit older out there, but that's a really big win, knocking out Bill Algeo against the cage. He's very scrappy. The line hasn't moved at all. He's scrappy, right? And Garcia just fought back July 20th, had a clean knockout, had some really good interviews. If you watch some of the interviews he did, he wants to keep active. He wants the big fights. He's finally feeling confident. Early on when he started UFC 1 and 2, it was all mental stuff. This kid had skills. Hold on, Jake says, no, don't travel here. Better seeing the sites and videos unless you see Gary Landa. Okay. But Steve Garcia had a confidence issue, and I think he's ironed that out, and he has susceptible power. He doesn't look like a powerhouse, but if he puts one on your fucking chin, bro, and he's aggressive, his takedown defense is 88%. Kyle Nelson has some scrappy takedowns, not a high-level wrestler. Listen, I'm all over Mean Machine.
He's a mortal lock and I'm gonna wheel him.
And he's slimed up. However, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you. I think there's value on Kyle Nelson for sure. I think Kyle Nelson is a good underdog, right? I feel like he could win this fight for sure. I think this card's lean, but I got to go with my instincts. I think Garcia just has really clean stand-up and can catch Kyle Nelson, who has been knocked out before, who has really shown improvements his last time out, right? He's almost like a different fighter from earlier in his career. He used to slow down a lot. He used to get finished a lot. But again, Garcia, I think, is a special dude when he connects. He's got that one-punch kind of power. As long as he believes in himself and he shows up and he's confident, I think he can get it done. I'm not guaranteed that he's going to fucking knock out Kyle Nelson, but I think he gets it done. I slimed him up. He's the mortal lock as well. All right, Jessica Andrade, plus 250 versus Natalia Silva, minus 310. I got to be honest with you, boys. This line makes no sense to me. Natalia Silva has looked great, but do they know who they're fucking with? Is this line set because Andrade is going through like a dispute where her manager / coach stole money from her? They think she's distracted. Silva's fucking sister just died. They both had some baggage that they're dealing with. Silva's fancy on the feet. She's a good striker. Her ground game, I think, is weak. I think Andrade, it doesn't matter how good of a strike you are, she's a fucking sledgehammer. She's this green hammer. These are attached to her fucking wrist, and she's fucking slinging them, dude. She doesn't get tired. She'll throw 200 punches a fight, doesn't get tired. I want to get back to I'm going to slam it on your fucking head stage. I want Andrade to maybe look to get on top and really do some work there, because I think Silva's really weak off her back, and they're giving her a lot of credit here at -310. Give me Jessica Andrade.
Hello? Okay, this is Dog.
Hello, this is Dog. This is Jessica Andrade. This is a dog lock. Almost added to the slime ball, but every time I add a dog to the slime ball, I get a little cutesy. I get a little ahead of my skis, and it just doesn't work out for me. So give me Andrade. She's my dog lock. Line's a little weird. Natalia Silva, again, really, really talented fighter. She's got some stuff on her feet, but I don't think she's big enough. I don't think she's powerful enough, and I don't think she has the footwork to stay away from Andrade for 3 rounds. And if Andrade gets on top, that's going to be a problem. And again, look at the fucking resumes. Look at the scalps that Andrade has and has fought. And look at Silva. Silva's on her way up. She's a prospect. She's very good. She's going to get better. However, giving her -310, a 3-1 favorite against someone like Andrade, I think it's crazy. Co-main event too. I know they both got some stuff outside the cage. Hopefully that doesn't affect. I feel bad for both of them. But give me fucking Jessica Andrade. It looks like the chat agrees. Tatum Temple says, yes, dog player of the month. They're giving away money. Vincent Z says, I think it's because it's at 125 and Andrade's last 2 fights are at 115 where she seems to perform better. That's a great point. Easy money on Andrade, says Jake McDonald. Trin says, I met Andrade and she was a massive sweetheart, which is insane because I think she's one of the baddest women ever walked the earth. I'm betting her. T-Man says, low-key high for this one. We'll see. Andrade, +250. Durden, -290. Demopoulos, +250. Fucking Tatum's giving out better goddamn picks, big goddamn parlays in there. Dog can have a cig before you take me to jail. You want a cig, bruh? Yeah, let's get him a cigarette. Hey, listen, bruh. No more of that ice, bruh. Okay, I'm gonna crush I'm not gonna bring that up in there, bruh. I'll bail you out, bruh. No more ice, bruh. Jessica Andrade. Main event, Gilbert Burns, +154 versus Sean Brady, -185. Love this main event. I really do. Gilbert Burns is 38 years old, which scares me. Sean Brady never fights. He's either got staph, he's got an elbow infection, he's got fucking something hurt. He's finally fighting. He's got a main event. 5 rounds is going to be interesting. I feel like I broke this down really well on the Anakin Florian. This is one that I really, really studied. I'm taking Gilly B. I'm taking Gilbert Burns as a dog here, right? Kenny, by the way, spoiler alert, put $1,000, his entire bankroll on Gilbert Burns at +154. Sean Brady's striking is what holds me back here. He's a big dude. He's a thick dude. He's muscled up. He has some boxing, but he's soft. He doesn't like exchanging. He boxes so he can take you down. Gilbert Burns' jiu-jitsu record, no gi and gi, is really fucking good. He was Vitor Belfort's jiu-jitsu coach in his early 20s for many years. Young kid teaching Vitor Belfort, who's fighting for UFC titles, jiu-jitsu, because that's how advanced he was. This kid was the real deal. He still is. No one really goes to the ground with him. We haven't seen it. Sean Brady is very, very capable on the ground. He beat Craig Jones in a grappling match, which I never watched, by the way. I saw it on his record. Was that real? Like, did Sean just not engage? Was it like a Brendan Schaub thing where he just didn't engage the guy? Like, how does Sean Brady beat Craig Jones in a grappling match? I don't know. I need to see that but it's on the record, so that's pretty impressive. But Sean, listen, when the tough gets going, and it's going to get going in this fight, it's good to get to the 3rd round. It's good to get to the 4th round. And there's going to be a time where you might be a little tired, and your only option is to throw hands with Gilbert Burns, who I wouldn't say has the cleanest striking in the world, but it is powerful. He sits on his punches really well. His jab is phenomenal. His right hand is heavy, dude. dropped Kazmat, dropped Usman right in the beginning. He has knocked out several people with that right hand. It was a very close fight with Jack Della Maddalena, who I think is a future champion. Three-name Jack is going to fight for the gold, and Gilbert was keeping up with them in a very competitive fight. I think Gilbert has the advantage everywhere. I think this is a bad matchup for Sean Brady. I'm going Gilbert Burns. I've already placed a bet. I think he's going to win this fight here against Sean Brady. I just don't think Sean Brady, for being for Philly, I just don't think he's Philly tough. I think he's a bit soft on the points, if I'm being honest with you. All right. That's the card, baby. Slime Ball Parlay. And listen, tomorrow on all social medias, Brian Peach MMA on all social medias, I will have a card out. I'll put it on my story and I'll tweet it out so I know, because I don't expect everyone to write down bets, and I'm doing this on a Friday, whatever. So anyway, Slime Ball Parlay. Steve Garcia, Trevor Peak, Gabriel Santos, plus 281. That's been bet. Okay. And then we got Green Hammer, Trevor Peak by decision, plus 200. That's going to cash. Then we got Mortal Lock, Steve Garcia, Dog Lock, Jessica Andrade, 2 Send Them Homes. Matt Schnell by submission, plus 750. That number makes my dick move. And then we got Andrade Petroski by submission, plus 300. That's what we got here, baby. Hey, BB, just want to know what time you usually record on Internet Flooring Pod. It's hard to check in over here from Ireland. Would love to check in more. Typically, this pod usually is out on Thursdays most of the time, Jake. And then with the Anakin Florian, we record on Sundays to Mondays. Sometimes they put them out later in the week. Sometimes they do it live. It all really depends. 3-pick parlay, plus 277. The line's gone down a little bit. My slime ball parlay is plus 277. Tatum Temple, if you go back through the chat, I'm going to find it for her. She had a great parlay as well. Andrade, plus 250. Durden, minus 290. Vanessa Demopoulos, plus 250. 1547. 15 to 1 on your money. God damn, that's great. Listen, you guys are the best. What do we, let me check. I hate being a broken record. I hate repeating myself, but we're at, can you see that? Probably not, right? 1,988 subscribers. All I want is to get to 2K. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Once I hit 2K, I'll shut up about it. All right. I love you guys. The chat, you're electric. It's Friday night. We had a bunch of people in here. You guys are interacting. You guys are the best true fans in the world. I wouldn't be anything. I wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't for the people in this fucking chat. You guys are the best. And yeah, next week I should be back with Timbo and Christian. We'll do a live show for Noche. And yeah, let's hope we win on this weekend. I'll be pretty active on Twitters this weekend as well. So if you DM me or you hit me up on Instagram a lot, come over to the Twitter side or X side, Brian Peach MMA on that as well. And I'm much more active over there. You guys are the best. And one last thing, fucking hoo-day, baby. How about them Bengals?